Beyond the Boundary is one of world's great book on social history of cricket written by Trinidadian C.L.R. James. In his book, James delved on how life beyond got affected for what transpired inside the boundary in cricket. Boria Majumdar is a Rhodes Scholar who accomplished his DPhil on social history of Indian cricket from Oxford University in 2004. In his book 22 Yards to Freedom, Boria has spent the role of cricket in Indian national life between 1780 and 1947. This episode of Freewheeling Chinmoy will explore Boria the historian and his mesmerizing multi-sport museum.
More after the show reel.
This gentleman wears many hats: historian, author, journalist, and commentator. Boria, welcome to Freewheeling Chinmoy.
Lovely to meet you. By the way, we are both tested negative, so that's why we are doing this.
After having failed to conquer the last frontier in 2000-2001, the Australians, once they went back, Mark was saying that had there been a staring competition, I think India would have come first, because everywhere we went, be it hotel, the ground, the airport, they kept staring at us. The whole nation is obsessed with cricket. Do you think this obsession is good for our society?
Why not? I mean, you've got to understand it in a manner that what do you have in terms of sport?
Right.
Take the UK. Take a Manchester versus Liverpool match or a Man City versus Man United match, and you will know what it's all about. Post the match, people just come to the pubs and they go violent. What has changed in Australian cricket? What has changed is they have appropriated India far better.
Right.
Why is a Michael Clark so welcome in India? Why is a Shane Warne so welcome in India? Jaipur, Mentor.
Right.
Because they have been able to understand and appropriate the Indian culture.
Right.
Today, India is the nerve center of the world. If Mark Waugh makes a comment like that, the person who will lose out is Mark.
What, according to you, is the impact of Sachin Tendulkar in the social strata of India? For example, Argentina, they recognize Maradona as the common person, right? As the common person's representative. So, what was Sachin Tendulkar?
He was the boy next door who could get every dream come true. We've got a huge population, 130 crores, in a socio-economic country which still struggles in terms of per capita income, in terms of unemployment, in terms of economic depravity. Now, this is one side of India. What is the other side of India? The other side of India is we are one of the youngest in the world with potential to dominate the world in the next century. And that domination started with this man in the sense. Australia, we are the world's best cricket team. So what? We have Tendulkar. England, we have the world's best infrastructure. So what? We have Tendulkar.
Right.
So when we were growing up in the 1990s, this man symbolized every Indian's aspiration to do well. Tendulkar is a symbol of life to every aspiring Indian.
Being a historian, you must be hunting for artifacts. Now, there is a googly for you. I give you 3 artifacts, but you have to choose only one. Number 1 is Sachin's bat, with which he scored 100 at Maypur in 2012. Number 2, the ball with which HOLLIS got BRADMAN out in 1948. And number 3 is the ball with which Diego Maradona got that goal of the century. Mexico 1986 Azteca Stadium. But you can go only for one.
I'll go with Maradona. You know why? Because Maradona I won't get. As far as I am concerned, I can get Tendulkar. I got Tendulkar's gloves, 100 gloves in my museum.
Right.
As far as Sir Donald, there you go. I've got Sir Donald Bradman's bat. This is his bat.
Right.
That's his autograph. Against India, he got 300 in the same year,
Right.
1948. So I've got Sir Donald stuff. I've got Tendulkar stuff. I've also got Maradona, but I've obviously not got that kind of connect. Bradman, to a degree, for me is manageable, accessible. I get hold of it. Tendulkar's family. I can request Sachin for anything. As far as Maradona is concerned, he's not there anymore. So I will probably not be able to get it. So if I was given a choice, I'll take that. But unfortunately, I won't have it.
Fanattic Sports Museum. I mean, a multi-sport museum, the first of its kind. You have seen the Hall of Fame for different sports in different countries. Now Lord's, for example, is for cricket, Melbourne is for cricket. Now you are a multi-sport, this museum. What is your vision? Where you want to take it forward?
See, I think eventually this has to be in one of the more accessible venues, whether it is the Cricket Association of Bengal at the Eden Gardens. In fact, I'm in talks. They have already created a space. They have invested serious amount of money, which they have set aside to do a museum of their own. Even if one person, one boy or one girl gets inspired seeing these artifacts to become make a career in sport, not necessarily a sports person, not as fit as this man, but maybe even as unfit as I am, but study sport. You influence people's minds with these champions whose artifacts are inside. I think the job is successful. And I think preservation is something that we have lacked in India. It is something that we need to do. We need to celebrate our champions better. We need to honor them better. And that's why this.
Boria, it's a pleasure really. On behalf of cricket world, really, we convey our best wishes and hope that this Fanattic Sports Museum moves on and becomes one of the best, I would say, in the world.
Thank you so much. Thank you.